a simple one. We're just new to this. And I'm finding when moving an endpoint from one group to another within a particular company, only one endpoint can be moved at a time rather than select a whole group. Is there an easier way to do that I'm missing, or is there, that's an enhancement that might be coming? So do you understand the question? If I've got a group of say I've got a company and I've got 300 endpoints in one group, and then I want to change them, some of them to a different group, about 30 or 40 of them to a different group, from admin to sales or something, I can't seem to be able to grab any more than one of them and reallocate them to a different group. I seem to can only do it one at a time, or am I doing something wrong?
Hello, Ian.
Hello.
Yes, there is an option to move multiple devices from. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Go ahead.
Hello.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, this is Ilgaz.
Oh, hello, August. How are you?
Okay, let me share my screen to show you how it's done.
Sure, thank you.
I'm fine, thank you. Okay. So you should be seeing my own portal right now.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay, so for example, I want to, let's say, I have a new group which doesn't have any devices. So when I click to add devices to group button, then all the devices which are not already added to this group is shown, and I can choose multiple devices. I can choose all devices by clicking to this checkbox. So let's add 3 of those to this group. I just click add selected devices. And then this group has now 3 devices.
Too easy. That's great. I think the mistake I was making is I was going from the source group and trying to push them to the new one. Were you going to the target group and then saying grab yes. These ones and bring them to me?
Yes. But I have to say that adding a device to a group doesn't unlink the device with the existing group. Is it clear?
Yes. Okay. So a device,
for example, when I go into this device, yes. So when I go to
is that a problem? That's something that you probably wouldn't want to do. Is that right?
I'm sorry. Could you please repeat?
I'm sorry. We have got a bit of a delay. Having a device belonging to 2 different groups, that would be something you would normally not want to do, or that's not best practice. I couldn't think of. There's probably some situations that might happen, but I don't know. What's your advice there?
Yes, but a device can be managed through multiple groups, having different profiles, let's say. So for ease of use, pushing profiles to groups instead of devices. And if you want to, for example, if you want one of your endpoints to have multiple profiles, then I would suggest you to go with multiple groups, because pushing a profile to a group means that the profile will be pushed to every device, every single device which belongs to that group.
Yes.
So you you only do one operation by pushing a profile into a group, and then all the devices inside that group is going to be affected.
Yes, I understand. Thank you. Yeah, that's what I would have thought would be the most efficient way to do it. Otherwise, it becomes a management nightmare with all the different single devices.
Exactly.
Which profile they've got. Let's put them into a group and then just deal with the group. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Great. Thank you. That's a good answer. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll let somebody else have a go now.
There's one thing on the chat. I think Paul asking, you have what you just said available in a slide. There is nothing on the slide right now because we are getting question. Since we don't know which question we will get, so we don't have any presentation, but we are recording the session. We can send after the webinar session, but you can ask whatever you need right now. Is there any other questions?
Yeah, I've still got plenty more if there's no one else trying to jump in.
Actually, Chris has one.
Yep. Oh, it's in the chat as well. I'm sorry.
Chris has one question about the AAP.
Microsoft says that Comodo is an unverified vendor when I tried to install the Comodo app. We didn't get any problem like this before. We can get your logs for this. Maybe we can check, but I think I should direct you to our support team because we are all Microsoft users in Comodo. We are using our devices Microsoft mostly. We didn't get any vendor problem. Are you using any other security product in your computer? Maybe the other downloaded applications made this, but you don't have any firewall. Okay. Can you write your email address to me privately? I will send you an email and I will direct you to our support team about this problem. Yeah, it's Zeynep. You're welcome.
Thank you, Zeynep.
We have another question too.
From Greg.
Hello, Greg. So hardware inventory section. Do you mean by including the network devices? By the way, you can just unmute yourself. So
I mean, like a full hardware inventory pulling like from WMI or something like that.
I'm sorry, could you please repeat?
A full hardware inventory, like all the hardware classes and USB devices and things that are plugged into the computer at the time. I like the little summary things nice and the networks, but I was wondering if you're going to have like a full device inventory on the device.
Actually, we have a network management section. So all kinds of devices in your network is going to be listed there.
Ilkan, we are losing your voice from time to time.
Apply a network discovery. Oh, I'm sorry. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can, but sometimes we are losing your voice.
Might be because of network connection, I'm not sure.
Okay, let's continue.
Okay, so Greg, we have a network management section. Let me share my screen again. So you should be seeing my portal again. So we have network management, where all types of devices are listed in your network or Active Directory. So currently we support 10, 11 different types of devices. So it can be router, printer, UPS, switch, load balancers, firewalls, workstation servers, and mobiles. So actually, what you meant by hardware inventory is already here. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah, I'm just checking on my console here.
And to apply a discovery, you just create a discovery, which we covered last week. There's two options, by network or by Active Directory. You just give a name. You just type a probe device. Since this is a network discovery, a probe device is needed so that it can ping all the devices and collect necessary information from those devices. To be able to discover devices which support SNMP, you just need to click enable SNMP community string for SNMP protocol to work. The discovery is created, can just define some IP ranges on your network. If you define all the network is going to be scanned, or you can define IP range exclusions to not scan those ranges. We'll start a discovery on your network, and discovered devices will be listed on devices section, discovered devices tab, so that you can list all your hardware inventory by this way.
I was talking more like kind of like a device manager in Windows, where you can see like the hard drive, like if it's a Western Digital and what model number it is and all that stuff.
On your
as
endpoint.
far as hardware, yes, on the endpoints.
Yeah, I understood.
I see how you like
well,
have software inventory section up there. I was wondering
Mhm.
if you could have like a hardware inventory section that would have more details.
I see.
Or if you're looking for a device that has a certain device plugged into a USB port, like a webcam or something like that.
Understood. Currently, we don't have this capability, but I will add this into our roadmap and share the details.
Excellent. Also, for the remote control, are you guys planning on adding like a chat or anything like that for easily chatting to the person on the other end?
Yes, actually, it's on our roadmap for a long time. We really want to add chat functionality inside the remote control, but we haven't any chance to add this capability since we have lots of performance and stability issue on the remote control, but we really want to add this capability to our remote control.
Yeah, I saw it's been out there a while. I just wondered if it was coming anytime soon or if it's still going to be a while.
Yeah, I know. We always responding like, yes, it's in our roadmap, but there is nothing released. So you are really right to ask right now. But as I said, we face a couple of performance and stability issues. So we are working on them to providing better performance to you.
There is a question from Ian, if we finished this. Yes, you can uninstall and install the communication client without installing the CCS again. Let me share my screen. Can you see my screen now?
Yes, we can.
Okay, for example, under device list, I selected one of my devices and I click install or manage packages. Under update additional package option, you can click both of them, the communication client or Comodo client security, or you can click one of them and update the communication client and not update the security product. You can select each one of you wanted. You don't have to update both of them in one endpoint. I think that covers your problem.
Yeah, sorry, it took me a while to turn on my microphone again. Yes, that does answer it. It was more, not so much it would be happening all that often. It was more of a question so I could understand the different components and the relationship between them. So if you it wasn't so much an update of the communication agent, because I believe that's why I'm asking this question to understand how it works. The communication agent is the bit of software that sets up the link between the individual endpoint and your portal. So and that's where you set up the company it belongs to, et cetera, et cetera. And if I wanted to change a PC from one company to another without actually having to uninstall the security client component, I was thinking I could probably just uninstall the communication agent and then roll out another package, which was just the communication agent defining you now belong to a different company and this is your profile, et cetera, et cetera.
You're talking about a different company.
Yes, like an MSP,
product,
like an MSP moving a different device from one company to another. This would happen very, very rarely. Like I said, it was more of a question so I could understand the components and the relationship between them and their interdependencies.
Yes, you can do it. I thought that about the security client means the CCS, but yes, it's correct also.
Yes, I could leave that there without installing it. Just uninstall the communication agent and then
Yes.
install a different one, and everything would be okay. Great. No,
Yes,
that answers
also
it.
we have a uninstall application for our security product. Also, you can use uninstallation package for CCS also.
Yes.
From any endpoint.
Yes, I think I've seen that from the main portal. You can actually uninstall that. Is there any way you'd not really want to do this, hopefully, but actually from the main console or your portal, uninstall both the security client and the agent itself? So you're telling the agent to go and uninstall yourself. Is that possible?
You have to send the link of the uninstallation link to them. If they don't have any portal access in their endpoints.
That's right. Certainly, to get the portal, to get the communication client installed, I know you can install a little executable that you can, like a deployment package. But I was thinking, if you wanted to uninstall, say you had a whole lot of PCs that you wanted to uninstall the application from, and hopefully we don't have to do that. But is it possible to send the communication client a command to say, basically uninstall yourself?
Hey, Ian, this is Greg. You can, if you go to the device and you go to delete device, it'll prompt you to ask about uninstalling the agent as well.
Oh, okay, great, fantastic. So there is something there. Thank you.
Correct. So let me show you how. So you're in device list. You just click more, delete device. We give you two options. The device is unenrolled from portal, but you can choose to keep the communication agent, which is pointless, of course. But you can choose to remain security client, but only delete the communication client from the endpoint.
Great, fantastic. No, you can do it. Thank you. That's great. I'm sorry I'm asking so many silly questions that you seem to say, which is good news. Yes, you can do it.
No worries. I'll probably be asking the silliest question of all.
Yeah. I want to answer the post question. I'm reading his last comment. Are you trying to launch with a bulk installation package link? Because it can be not signed because the packed on the portal side. So maybe that's why you cannot launch from the link. If you can send me the screenshot for your installation page with your the message you get, unverified vendor message, I can answer more detailedly. Because sometimes in the bulk installation package we can have that problem because it's not signed to the portal, that device. So if you can send me the screenshot, I can give you more detail about it. Hey, the Daniel's question I want to answer about it. You want to overwrite the whitelisting software with Comodo?
No. Let me be a little bit more. Give you a better example. I have my computer, and I have the Comodo endpoint security installed on it, right? My understanding, I'm a brand new user, so I haven't even seen this in action yet, right? But my understanding is that if I try to install software that's not whitelisted already by you guys, then it's going to go through the Valkyrie engine, and then it's going to go, if that's not enough, then it's going to go to a team of people, of experts. But if I know that that software is okay, because I've installed it in the past millions of times or whatever, how do I whitelist it myself? I think only the admin can do it. And
you want to whitelist?
I'm sorry?
Okay. Are you an admin? Are you an admin to the IAP product for
No,
CCS? Are you an admin?
I am not the admin. So this is my real question, okay? The real question is that I don't want to rely on my admin. What can he do to my profile so I can be self-sufficient, autonomous, and do the whitelisting myself without having to use him every time? That's my question.
Okay, can you open advanced settings then? Are you using password protection, and can you open the, let me share my screen first. Yes. This is our Comodo client security applications advanced settings screen. You can open from the settings section. If you can see this, and you can see the file rating in your advanced settings, you don't have to wait for your admin's decisions. You can add a vendor if you want to add a new vendor that's trusted, but your admin said that trusted. But the first step we check is the Microsoft trust ratings, and then locally, yes, we are using the rating for admins. But if you want to select any vendor from your, and you can change the rating for a specific application or a vendor. But if your admin is saying that this is, if they rate it as it is a malicious file or it's not trusted, it will be, at the end of the day, it will affect your files also. But you can change from your endpoints. You don't have to log into portal. You can basically change or submit files, or you can basically select the file list and select them as a trusted files, or you can basically submit them to the locally about that it is a trusted file for me. So you can change it basically, but the admin's rating will affect if they basically select and said that it is malicious.
Okay, I'm not sure I got the
They
answer.
can select from here and inside the tool, they can select and change the rating. Okay.
Is there documentation where
something to it?
Is there documentation where I can see the process? I'm sure there is. I just don't know. I just haven't looked into it. Is there like a? Yeah. Go ahead. I think there's like a. I think there's like a 5-second lag in the audio.
Yes, I think so. I will send the CCS help guide to you in the chat. Ilgaz, please go on.
Daniel, let me add something to this. So on profile section, when you click to a profile, there is a section called client access control. So this is where the administrator can decide to give permission to the end user to override the profile. So when the admin enables this option, then you will be able to override the existing profile, which means that you can add or remove different applications into exclusion list, which Zeynep just described. But this setting must be enabled. If it is not enabled, even if you change the file rating settings on your endpoint, then after 15 minutes, if I'm not mistaken, the profile is going to be resynced with the server. So all your changes will be reverted.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
So this setting has to be enabled.
Remind me how you got to that setting again. Sorry.
Okay, sure. You go to configuration templates profiles. You select the profile. Let me go with the device. Okay, pretend that this is your device.
Yeah.
You go into it. You click associated profiles. There can be more than one profile, but let's assume that you have only one profile associated with it. Click it. Check if the section is available here. If not, click add profile section. Click client access control. And then enable this option. And click save.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. That's helpful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Is there another way for him to do that if they created a separate user with a different role that was a limited role of some sort of technician or something, and just gave I forget the person's name, was it? Gave him that ability, the ability to do that, to set the file type, not the file type, it's a
File rating.
File rating, thank you, is the right term.
Yeah.
On a file, is that another way, or would that be opening up too much and giving an end user too much responsibility?
It depends on this security level on the company, but I don't suggest giving end users some permissions about configurations.
I agree. Not something I would recommend either.
Yeah, but if the admin is sure about the end user, that the user is capable of configuring their own endpoints, so then there are several ways. So as you know, there is a user list and role management section. So here, a new role can be defined for the end user only. Let's give my name. Go into that. And you will be able to give access to profiles, which I don't suggest, because in that case, all the profiles are going to be visible. But it can be, even if the profile right is given to this role. So let's give the necessary permission. Manage profiles is also on. On the access scope side, you can just remove customers so that this role won't be able to see that is associated with their own device. This will be able to see and take action on default customers and then you just go to user list, click the user, click edit, go to roles and choose the newly created role, and if they already have a role, just remove it. So this user is assigned for this role, and this user won't be able to see any other device but their own device only. So even if they see the profile section, they won't be able to associate any profile with any device except their own device. So this is one option, but more secure option would be define a specific role just for the end user, assign that role to the end user, and sorry, not role, but assign that profile to the end user, and enable client access control with ability to locally update, override the profile, so that the end user can configure necessary things on the endpoint itself.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's good. Thank you. That's clever.
You're welcome. So there is a question from Greg. How do we go about making suggestions for additions to the Windows Application Store? You can just send an email to, let me type. This is our support email address. So you can request any application by just sending an email. Also, let me share my screen again. There is a question mark icon on top right hand side of the portal. So when you click, you can reach to help guides, you can reach to our forum, and by clicking to this button, it will just open your email client, and you can just put whatever you need, ask any question to our support. And also there is a link to our support page, so you can also call in as well. You're welcome. So Ian has another question. Okay. So
I think I read the answer to this today in a video. There's an option that you can check. I think in the forget which, I could probably find it when I go looking for it, where you can say to a device to act as it can actually repeat or send out all the information from itself rather than bringing a separate copy down. But I'll let you answer the question. Yeah.
okay. So when you go to device list, actually there is two options to enroll a device. First one is manual enrollment. So you choose other device, let's say, and you choose enroll and protect to install security client. And there is an option to include initial antivirus signature database. When it is not enabled, then the initial database won't be downloaded.
Yes, I was aware of that. I'm just thinking though, sure, I push out 400 clients, and then I enable, then I select 400 clients and say add the security software client to it, and then click the go button on that. It's still, and they're all running. It's going to try and suck down all that security software client and install it in the database. Although they don't install the database after it's rebooted, I suppose. I'm just thinking that still, when you push out that number of, a whole lot of clients, they're all going to hit the network at a similar time, or is it staggered just by the reboots?
I understood the question. So I would suggest using bulk installation package. Add Comodo client security into it. Choose the version, and also include initial antivirus signature database into the package.
Yes, wouldn't that make it even?
And also, yes, please continue.
Sorry, there is a delay. It does make it hard, and I tend to interrupt people, which makes it even worse. Yes, I'm aware you could send out the agent, the communication agent, and the package as well. To me, that would make it even harder. You're going to throw a whole lot more data down the network at once. But what I'm concerned about is if I send out 400 agents and then send out the instruction to 400 agents to say, download the package, the security one, and reboot. So you get 400 users out there all rebooting at the same time. Now, in reality, they probably wouldn't select to reboot at the same time. But is there some other way to sort of manage that so you don't saturate a network? And I did see an option somewhere to say that you can use one of the devices on the local network to do that.
Yes, that's another option, but I didn't understand how your network will be consumed, because the database will already be there inside the package. So there is nothing to download.
Okay, isn't how big is the signature database that downloads on each device?
Like the initial database, if I'm not mistaken, is like 400 megabytes or so.
Okay, which isn't all that much these days, is it? Yeah. Okay. No, I'm probably worrying about nothing.
But there's another option. So you go to a profile, you click updates, and here on communication client,
That's the one.
So
that's where it is. Yes.
yes.
Thank you.
So when you enable this, whenever an agent gets an update, it can be either client package updates or antivirus database updates. You can click, select all, enable all of these. And when a device gets an update, with this setting enabled, it can distribute the updates to the other endpoints so that other endpoints doesn't consume the network.
Yes. Yep, that's where I saw it. Thank you. That's fabulous. That's a great feature. And you just turn that feature on one device only. You wouldn't enable them all to do that. You just normally just grab one device in your network and you'd enable that particular device to do it. Or maybe you pick 2 or 3 of them.
Well, you can specify the devices to act as proxy for distribution, but all the devices needs this profile associated. Yes.
Yeah, I see.
But you can choose which device to communicate with our servers to get the updates and which devices to not by selecting probe devices here.
Okay, well that gives you the control that I was looking for. No, that's great. Thank you.
Yep, you're welcome.
Greg asks about some cloud defense capability. Are you asking about the cloud sandboxing or another capability? Because we have in our APP product, we have a cloud sandboxing network for the security side. But Symantec don't have that capability, and also we have for cloud-based managed cloud services and etc. Okay, you mean that integration with the cloud services for your logs, I guess. I don't understand which capability you are asking, actually. Okay.
This is Greg. It was just when Ian was going over his thing, it just made me think. I know in semantic endpoint protection, there's an option for cloud definitions where it just pulls down like the most recent hot definitions, I guess, and some of the older ones aren't there, but it still checks with the cloud to verify those files are safe if it comes across those. I didn't know if you guys had that capability or not.
Okay, I get your point. Let's discuss about this topic because I think we need to investigate this request. We don't have that for now, this capability.
So I guess there is no question that didn't reply. You guys, any other questions? Otherwise,
Yes.
I sorry,
yes,
go ahead.
I've got some more. I'll just paste them in.
We have 3 minutes left, so we can
Okay.
get, I think, one more question.
Sure.
Yeah, Greg, you can reach all the previously done webinar sessions from the link that I've just shared.
Okay, I think Ian has one more question about hips and gyroscope.
Sorry, I was muted. The gyroscope is dynamically analyzing about the behavior of the running processes and to be able to get that the activities and record that their capabilities, but the component of the hips does that the critical activity catching for against the malware actions. It's about I have a webinar session about the hips and the gyroscopes more detailedly. I can send the link to you because it's a little bit longer to answer it. We have a security webinar series. Maybe you attended. I don't know. I explained it more detailedly, and I will share the YouTube link for that exact session about our hips and gyroscope capabilities.
Yes, Ian, that was really good webinar series that we performed last month, I believe. I highly recommend it to watch that to you because it's explained all security capabilities of the platform.
Fantastic. I'm very happy to watch that. I think, and I see the link there to the other webinars again. So that would be great. If there's a big long list of webinars and it's hard to find, if you could send me the link to it, that would be great. But I'll certainly have a look through that. I really appreciate it. And also,
Okay.
Thank you again for just providing this whole session to make it open for specifically new users to ask open-ended questions to people that can answer them is really much appreciated. Thank you.
It's our pleasure. Thank you so much for joining us and asking your question. Thank you so much all. And I hope we can meet as soon as possible. We will try to arrange another webinar after we decided the topic. So keep in touch. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you
Bye-bye.
all.